the level 17. As you can see, as it gets smaller, I had to change some office layouts around, so it was not a simple matter of copy and paste all the way up because they change. And that's level 21, which is just the main tower and then the central column tower. Building sections. Building sections have to be my favorite thing of a building because it shows you the guts of what makes up the building. There's some stuff showing up here, but it's not showing up here. Okay. This is section A. All of these are only section A. This is the standard section. Okay, so just Revit, cutting a section, having a look inside the building. This is a rendered section. It's supposed to be in the day, but it's at night, that's all good. Rendered section at night. I noticed something about this. I don't know how to use lights in Revit. This is a section perspective during the day, so it's a section, but we're looking at it in 3D, and this is the same thing, except at night. It's a good thing to notice. You can see how much light is coming out of the building, which should give you an image of how much light will come into the building if you're on the inside during the day. Section B. Because I had a triangular building, I had to have 3 sections, from corner to perpendicular, corner to perpendicular, corner to perpendicular. Same thing, standard section, night section, and then we have perspective section, night perspective section. I actually really like the night perspective sections. They give you a real feel of the building and what it's composed of, the auditorium being the heart of a building. Section C, again the same thing, standard section, night section, perspective, night perspective. Elevations. I had to take a different approach with my elevations. They were not coming out right, so I had to take them in and out of Photoshop. Here we have my north elevation, which is the main elevation, and because of my triangular site, I had to have 6 elevations. So one at the flat ends, one at each flat end, and then one at the corners. So this one here is at the flat end during the daytime. This one here is at a corner during the daytime, and this is the same corner at night, showing the lights. You have the east-south elevation, so it's at a flat. It's not exactly east, because it will be looking funny at the building. It's east-south, and then you have the south, which ends up at a corner, south at night. Southwest, northwest, and northwest at night. Now the problem that I had with doing these elevations is in Revit, you use sun. And some aspects were showing up too dark for a rendering, so I had to play with the sun to get a proper rendering, hence why they look a bit different. Like this one has an orangey brown tint, this one has more of a white tint, but it's more the focus of my building shape that I want to highlight, each tower being shorter than the other with the column in the middle. 3D views. This one here is perspective view using the camera tool in Revit. These are 3 random views that are to showcase the corners of my site, different corners and the different towers of my sites. This one here is a night rendering. I really like this one because it looks oh,
I got it. Yeah.
Someone get it?
No, it's right.
Okay, now the auditorium, which is my focus of the whole building. I just wanted to focus on the auditorium. And it's because of something Mr. Faddy said to me. He said he knows the requirements is 450 seats, but he wants us to create a large-scale auditorium so we can walk away with the experience of creating a large auditorium. And that's what I went ahead and did. This is a rendering of my auditorium from the inside. The next few pages are just internal renderings. I wanted you to get a money shot image of what I've created before I talk about specific details. This is looking at the auditorium stage directly. This is looking from, I have 3 levels of auditorium, sorry I forgot to mention that. I have the main house, then I have the circle, which is over here, then I have the grand circle, up here. That's what you're looking at from over here. This is to showcase the orchestra pit that's below, the trap room that's below, and the stairs that connect the stage, so the stage can be connected with the main house. This is my favorite render because it showcases the main house, showcases the circle, the grand circle, and it showcases the auditoriums that I've created over here. As well as I have access at each one of these points that you see is access. This one highlights the house, circle, grand circle, and my ceiling that I've created, which is shaped to accommodate the acoustics required. I managed to fit in 1,500 seats, and 40 of which are disabled accessible. This is the plan of my main house, the plan of my circle where it cuts in on top of the main house, and then the grand circle. As you can see, the difference between the grand circle and the circle is not big, but that's an extra few hundred seats that I managed to fit in there. Section of my auditorium showing the relationship between the scheme, which as I mentioned is the angle of the seats, and the stage over here. And I ensured that every person gets direct eyesight to the back corner of the stage, which is the hardest place to see. So if you can see that from any point of the auditorium, you can see everything. This is a perspective section, just to give you a bit of depth of what you're looking at. This is my auditorium detail to show that I have